Welcome to my new series called Financial Essentials in Business Central. In this series, I'm going to cover 6 topics. The first one is posting groups, followed by dimensions, VAT setup, bank reconciliations, journals and recurring journals, and month-end processes. I'll try to keep each session simple and easy to follow. However, if you do have any questions, then just leave them as a comment below. Okay, I suppose the first question is, what are posting groups? This will be a new concept to especially people who have come from entry-level software such as Sage, Xero and QuickBooks. The simplest definition of a posting group, they're used by Business Central to decide which GL accounts should be used when posting a transaction. So when you sell something in Business Central, or you buy something in Business Central, posting groups tell Business Centrals to put the sales in a certain GL code and the purchase to a certain GL code. They'll work in the background once you've actually set them up correctly, but they are essential for accurate accounts. There are 3 types of posting groups. The first one is called a specific posting group. These will control the balance sheet, and there are 4 main ones. So there's a customer posting group, which obviously controls the customer side, and we have the vendor posting group, the inventory posting group, and the bank account posting group. The second one is the general posting groups. Now these relate to your income statement. They'll control your sales, your purchases, and your cost of goods sold. The general posting groups are of 2 types. We have the general business posting group, and we have the general product posting group. And the third type of posting group is the VAT posting group. Again, these are of 2 types, the VAT business posting group and the VAT product posting group. Now, all that probably did sound confusing. All this will come clear with examples, which is probably the best way to understand them. So we will start with our first example, which is the specific posting groups. As I explained earlier, specific posting groups relate to the balance sheet, so they act as a link between the subledgers and the general ledger. Now, the difference between general posting groups and specific posting groups is that general posting groups depend on the type of transactions you are doing in Business Central, where specific posting groups are linked to the entity. For example, customers, vendors, items. So if we navigate to the customer posting groups, just type them in the search bar. And here we have 3 already set up. As you can see here, we've got domestic, EU and foreign. So when you allocate this particular posting group to a customer, it will post to the accounts receivable account, GL account of 41,400. Now, I've not completed these here, but you could have the same account for EU customer posting groups and also for the foreign customer posting group. It would be entirely up to you whether you wanted to show these on 3 different GL accounts. In this section, you can also add accounts for service charges, payment discounts, payments, discounts, credit accounts, and various other bits and pieces that you would use for customers. So when we assign this particular customer posting group to a customer via the customer card, the gross amount of transactions that we post for this customer will end up to this receivable account. So we'll go to the customer card now and just have a look how this is assigned. We'll take customer 1, go down to invoicing. So here you can see this particular customer has a customer posting group of domestic, and it will post to the GL account 41,400. So we'll post a new invoice just to show you the transactions. We'll post to a GL account. Quantity 1, unit price 200. And we can preview postings to look at the ledger entries. So if we look at the GL entries, expand that, you'll see the gross amount is going to get posted as a debit to the receivable account, which we allocated in the setup there, which we did earlier, of 41,400. We have the VAT element and the sales element here. So quite simply, that's all a posting group does. It's a link between the invoice, the subledgers, and the balance sheet. So if we post that, we don't need to look at the invoice, but what I will do is show you the postings in the chart of accounts. So there we have the net sales of 200, and there we have the debtor of 240, and we have the output VAT of 40 there. So it's the same thing that would apply to the vendor posting groups, but obviously just for vendors. Okay, so let's now move on to the general posting groups. Now, the general posting groups we have of two types. We have the general business posting group and the general product posting group. But unlike the customer posting group, these two do not hold any GL account codes. So what happens is Business Central uses a combination of the two to post to a particular GL account. General posting groups are assigned on the customer or vendor card, and the general product groups are assigned on the item or GL card. The general posting group identifies the type of customer or vendor you are buying or selling from. So say, for example, you've got domestic customers, EU customers, or rest of the world customers, for example. And then we have the general product posting group, which identifies the type of thing you're selling. So you could categorize this into raw materials, finished goods, goods for resale, etc. Business Central then combines these two, that's the general business posting group and the general product posting group, on a page called the general posting setup. So that's basically a matrix which you can use to direct this combination of general business and general product posting group to a particular GL account. Again, this is best explained if I show you by example. So first of all, we'll search for the general posting setup. So you can see here we have a matrix and we have the general business posting group and the general product posting group. So a combination of these two will direct Business Central to post a transaction to a particular GL account. As I said earlier, that the general posting setup relates mainly to the PL account or the income statement. So here we've got various accounts that would be on the income statement. So we've got sales accounts, sales credits, and then we have the purchase side here. And if you scroll further to the right, we have the cost of goods sold. And we can also set up here GL accounts for other application areas of the system. So if we now take a quick look at the general business posting groups, where you'd set them up, again, you just search. And you would set them up here. You give them a code, a description, and you can also have a default VAT posting group if you wanted. Again, as I said, there's no GL account directly assigned here. It's just a group as an identifier. Similar thing for the general product posting group. We just need to identify the type of products that we are selling or buying. Now, if we look at how to actually allocate this, we'll first go to the customer card. Select a customer, and we'd need to scroll down to invoicing. And this is where you would assign the general business posting group, as you can see here. You can go to the full list from here, or if you wanted to, create a new one. You do the similar things for items or GL accounts, but let's just go to items. We'll select this one. Again here, for this particular item, you could select the general product posting group from here. So for example, we'll just put retail here. And that's how you would assign the general business and the general product posting groups. Now, if I very quickly go back to the example that we use in the specific posting groups, we had the 200 net sales posted to this particular account. Now, the reason why it was posted here, it was to do with the configuration we set up in the general posting setup. So the specific posting groups posted the transaction to the balance sheet, which is 41,400, the 240 here, and the general posting groups posted the transaction to the P&L account, which is here, 10,100. And that just leaves the VAT that was posted, which we can see down here. Now, the reason why it posted this particular account is to do with the VAT posting setup, which I'll show you next. The VAT posting setup controls how VAT is calculated and posted within Business Central. I'll just navigate to that now. So it works in a similar way as to the general posting setup that I showed you earlier. We have the VAT business posting group, which again is assigned to the vendors and customers. And then we have the VAT product posting group, which again is assigned to items and GL accounts. Now again, it's a combination of these which will determine what VAT rate is going to be applied to a transaction. So you can think of the VAT business posting group in a similar way as you thought to the specific posting groups. In terms of customers, we have domestic customers, EU customers, and export customers and rest of the world customers. And the VAT product posting group, again, you can think of it as the type of things you are selling, but I would think of it more in terms of the actual VAT rate you want to apply to a particular product rather than the type of product. So for example, if a product would take a reduced rate, or usually it's sold with no VAT, you would use that particular VAT product posting group. Now, if we take the domestic and standard as an example here, you can see we have a VAT business posting group of domestic, the product posting group as standard. We have the description here. You can have standard and you can write standard 20% if you like. We have the block column, so you could actually block this combination if you wanted. So say, for example, you no longer use that particular combination, you can block it, because once it's used, you won't be able to delete it. We have the VAT identifier. Now, this is used for VAT reporting, so it helps classify VAT entries for EC sales, Intrastat, and other reports. We have the actual VAT percentage you want to apply to this particular combination. So in this case, it's 20%. And then we have the VAT calculation type. We have the normal VAT, reverse charge VAT, full VAT, and VAT I believe that's used for regions where sales tax applies, so it's not really one for the UK. The next column, you can actually choose which GL account the sales VAT will go to. Most companies use the same one, but you could use different GL accounts for each combination if you wanted. The same goes for the purchase VAT account. Then we have the reverse charge, the VAT clause code, EU service and tax category. I will go into more detail of how to set this up in another video where I will go into a deeper dive, but for this particular series of videos, it's just a beginner's guide to give you an overview of how the posting groups actually work. So that brings us to the end of today's video on posting groups. I hope you found this video helpful and it's given you a better understanding of how posting groups work. In my next video, I'll move on to dimensions, which are a powerful tool for analysing your business data. So if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss the next one. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the dimensions video.